During seabird breeding season at Houtman Abrolhos Islands National Park, the sky comes alive with a riotous display of colour and sound, as hundreds of thousands of seabirds flock to this globally significant breeding haven.
During the creation of the Houtman Abrolhos Islands National Park, migratory seabirds, shorebirds and other residential birds were all identified as highly significant values out here. So we've been developing monitoring programs.
Every 5 years we go and do an inventory of every seabird that we can find, and particularly seabird breeding habitats, which includes things like migratory waders, proper seabirds, marine raptors like ospreys and white-breasted sea eagles, and all the other critters that we can find. So quite often it involves a lot of exploring of islands, so all up at over 200 islands.
This work is crucial, especially as seabird populations face declines worldwide.
Seabirds are under threat around the world. So in the last 70 years, we've lost something like 50-60% of our breeding seabird populations. I've been coming out here for over 30 years doing research on seabirds, and you do see changes. I'd say we've got a decline in some species. Some species aren't doing that well from one year to the next.
Thankfully, the numbers appear strong this year.
We've had a bumpy year this year. It's been very good. I think as far as breeding goes, for most species, not all, but for most species it's been a pretty happy event this year, and the numbers look reasonably healthy. There's certainly tens of thousands of birds wherever you go, flying around and doing all their behavioural stuff as colonial seabirds do. We're coming towards the sort of end of the season for some species, so all the young are in the sky as well and learning how to fly and getting more confident before they start heading out to sea. And there's clouds of birds just wheeling around, and the noise is just a constant chatter of activity.
With such extraordinary activity, it's vital to steer clear of certain areas during breeding time.
Visitors to the islands need to be very wary, and you need to stick to the edges of the islands. Do not cross the islands because you just don't know where you're going to be treading. There's birds breeding everywhere, and even along the beaches some of the chicks will be there, so they could be disturbed. But throughout the other parts of the islands, if you cross into the middle, you may be going to a sandy area, and they're full of burrowing seabirds. And in those burrows are eggs, birds incubating eggs or little chicks growing up. And so if you go there and you will collapse burrows if you go in there for sure, and you'll be inadvertently killing the occupants of those burrows.
Thanks to the dedication of seabird scientists, ongoing conservation efforts, and commitment to keeping the islands pristine, we hope this breathtaking natural spectacle can continue to thrive.
It's just a beautiful place, and hopefully we can keep it this way for the future generations to enjoy.